Welcome to the guest list. I'm now joined by Celebrant, Rochelle Fleming. Welcome, Rochelle.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining me. What are some of the key things that you believe that you bring to a ceremony that makes it a little bit unique?
I think with my approach to ceremonies, with quite a sort of personable, relaxed and friendly style, I would collaborate with the couple to ensure that the ceremony matched what they were looking for in their day. And I think I bring that warmth and enthusiasm and often a bit of humour as well to the ceremony.
What about other types of ceremonies within the ceremony, with things like candles and sand and all those sorts of things?
Well, I've had lots of couples that have perhaps had family beaches that they've grown up at and gone to the beach during summertime, and so they've decided to incorporate a sand ceremony. So they've blended sand from their family's beaches at the beach. I've had a lot of couples that have decided to do wine ceremonies recently. They may have had met for the first time or been on their first date at a winery, or they may have chosen a really nice wine to celebrate their engagement that they decide to incorporate in the ceremony. And the way that they would do that is the wine would be placed in a wine box, and they would include letters that they'd written to each other on the morning of the ceremony, and that's a nice keepsake that they can obviously seal the box and open it up for their first or fifth wedding anniversary. So that's a nice tradition. And just sort of a further take on that, I guess, is family traditions. There's a lot of couples out there who have been in a relationship for a long period of time, have had their families, and they want to include them within the ceremony. So they might decide to put a family treasure box together where they incorporate lots of treasures that the family decide to put in there, and that they'll open up again to celebrate the first wedding anniversary.
Are you able to recommend how people can actually incorporate family members?
A few ways that people are doing that these days is creating a bit of a parent promise or a family promise, and where all the family join hands together and they share a family promise together, or the parents impart their hopes and wishes for the children, or there's a particular parent vow that's imparted to the children during the ceremony. Another way is to even get handprints cut out of all the children and layer them on top of each other during the ceremony to sort of represent the family sort of coming together, and that's framed for everyone to see in the family home.
That's lovely.
So,
what a gorgeous idea.
Yeah, so that's another way of doing that.
Let's talk about a rehearsal, because I believe a rehearsal is very important to have prior to the ceremony. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's crucial, and I think touch points with couples and communication is extremely important. In my offering to couples, I actually have 4 face-to-face touch points. So we have 2 meetings, the rehearsal and the ceremony.
So Rochelle, I imagine each ceremony is unique and different?
Definitely. The people that are close to them, they'd like to sort of bring them in and make them feel involved. I guess with my experience over the last 8 years as a wedding celebrant, with capturing about 400 weddings,
that's a lot of weddings.
Clients, and what I think stands out most to me is people really want to add that fun and enthusiasm into their ceremonies, and there might be a bit of crowd involvement with the crowd offering their support of their marriage, or it might be the inclusion of a family member coming up and actually imparting their words of advice from their last 25 years of marriage, or it might be a friend that's written a personalised poem that they want to gift to the couple and impart to them on the day. And there's just lots of nice little touches like that can really make it unique and memorable and stand out in people's memories.
And give them a really warm feeling to the whole ceremony.
Yeah, a real warm feeling and fun feeling. Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah. And often at the end of the ceremony we do things like include a toast where the couple toast each other for the first time as husband and wife, and then incorporate the guests in the toast, and they offer a loud sort of cheer at the end of the ceremony, and just to remember that it's a day of celebration and that's the real sense or feeling that couples often want to have with their guests, is just really to celebrate their time together with their loved ones. So that warmth and enthusiasm is a really important part, I think.
Rochelle, I believe that you have another little business alongside your Celebrant business.
I also have a business called Something Borrowed Boutique Hire, which is hire props and centerpieces for people's wedding days. And this is another sort of added service that I can offer to brides if there are one-off items that they require, or if they want to style their centerpieces and do it themselves, the DIY bride, then I can offer some hire props for them.
That must come in really, really handy, especially for people overseas. Almost like a bit of a one-stop shop.
Yeah, people planning from afar, it just gives them a little bit more of peace of mind that they don't have to go to multiple vendors. They can come to me, and I can assist with a couple of things for them anyway, with their ceremony and their centerpieces and hire props.
Are you based solely here in Auckland, or do you spread your net a little bit wider?
Based in Auckland, but happy to travel. I have done a lot of weddings over on Waiheke, up at Matakana, and further south at Castaways in Waiuku, and even as far as Hamilton.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Rochelle, how can somebody find you?
Well, I am a member of the Wedding Associates, and so they can go online to the website for the Wedding Associates. And with the Wedding Associates card, which I recommend everyone to purchase, I think it's $49, and they get access to a lot of discounts with some very recognised suppliers in the wedding industry. And I offer quite a discounted offer for their ceremonies on there.
Rochelle, thank you so much for coming in and chatting to me. It's been lovely talking to you.
Thank you.